Do you ever get through the month and ask yourself yet again, what am I actually spending my money on? Don't worry, you're not alone. The first step to improving your finances is a simple one. All you need to do is keep track of where exactly your money goes. This might seem totally obvious, and you might even be thinking it's time consuming to track all of that nitty-gritty detail of your life spending, but it can actually be as simple as it sounds. In this video, I want to show you how to get rid of a big chunk of your financial stress by creating an ideal budget using 6 different types of accounts. And don't worry, I don't mean real bank accounts with different accounts for each one. 6 accounts that accommodate any income and retirement level, so just keep watching. Hi there, I'm Cyn Meyer, and I help older adults like you reach their ideal retirement lifestyles. I founded Second Wind Movement to be a helpful resource that actually does not focus on finances. 99% of retirement advice out there is already financial advice. So we focus on 5 rings of retirement, and yes, finance is one of them. So I do want to cover this topic so that you can really have financial freedom to afford the other things in the 4 core categories that give your retirement life more purpose, joy, and meaning. Today, we're diving into your budget, which there seems to be a lot of misconceptions about budgeting, that it's difficult or that you have to deprive yourself and withhold in order to stick to a budget. But the truth is, all you really need is clarity. Budgeting is one of the simplest ways to take control of your finances because you can very clearly see and not have to guess where the money is coming from and where it's going. My personal favorite method is the 6 accounts framework. The idea behind the system is that you divide your money into different categories or bank accounts. Every time you receive income, you just put it into one of these 6 accounts. If you think that managing 6 separate accounts is too much, there's an app for that. All it takes is literally just a few clicks on your smartphone. So instead of actually opening a physical account and dealing with all the hassle, not to mention the fees, download an app like Wallet app to help you with this process. There's a link in the description below this video in case you want access to that. You can create your 6 accounts directly in the app to track your retirement budget in every category, beginning with lifestyle for your first account. Your lifestyle account is one of the biggest, and it should take up the majority of your expenses, 55%. This is the account you should use to cover any of your normal living expenses, from toilet paper and shampoo to Netflix and internet expenses. Think in terms of recurring bills or subscriptions, like groceries, home essentials, clothing, or even your entertainment. Basically, anything that you consider normal in your day-to-day life. If you find yourself overstepping the lifestyle retirement budget, you're simply living beyond your means. This might seem like a harsh reality, but this crystal clear look at your spending helps you figure out where you can make the changes. For instance, if your utility bills or mortgage are too high, you might consider moving or downsizing. If you spend too much eating out, you can try to meal prep and cook at home. Or if you see that you spend a large chunk of your lifestyle budget on gas, you can then try to carpool, invite a friend, or take the bus or walk more. My point is, this reality check of budgeting is worthwhile to inform your lifestyle decisions. Of course, spotting the problem areas is easier than fixing them, but ultimately you're the one who gets to decide if things like eating out or paying for a Netflix subscription are a necessity or if they're a luxury. And if you can't fit certain expenses into your 55% lifestyle account, then move them to your second account, which is the fun account. The fun account is exactly what it sounds like. It's designed so that you can splurge on things that you consider a luxury. Dedicate 10% of your retirement budget to this fun account where you're treating yourself without feeling guilty about it. Some examples may be going to the expensive restaurant that you've been wanting to try, or buying an amazing bottle of wine, splashing out on a new outfit from your favorite brand. Whatever it may be, your fun account is for bringing you more satisfaction, joy, luxury, and fun. By having a dedicated account for enjoying the finer things in life, you can avoid dipping into your regular savings unnecessarily, and then you don't feel guilty about it. Plus, you'll also know how to pace yourself because you'll know that you have extra money set aside to enjoy a special occasion or to purchase something that you really want. So go ahead and treat yourself, you deserve it. And to help you with any of the guilt that comes with spending, I hear about the guilt of spending a lot. We have account number 3, ShortTerm Savings. Another 10% of your retirement budget should be dedicated to short-term savings. This is basically anything that you need to save up for. It's for your larger expenses. For example, you can save up for a new computer or a phone or Christmas presents for your friends and family, or even a vacation that you've been dreaming of. Whenever you want to make a bigger purchase, if you save up for it and set the money aside beforehand within this 10% short-term savings account, you can easily track if and when you can afford that bigger purchase. Not only does this account give you more wiggle room and it makes the process of saving seem less daunting, but it's also a great way to just get some peace of mind and improve your finances overall, which sadly, as a whole, we need more help with. 22% of Americans have less than $5,000 saved for retirement, and some people don't have any savings at all. Planning for larger expenses and our next account will help you curb this challenge, which brings us to your emergency fund. One of the smartest things that you can do to make your money last in retirement is to have an emergency fund. In your emergency account, dedicate 10% of your retirement budget. A good rule of thumb to follow is to aim for at least 3 to 6 months of your bills and your usual spending in this account at a minimum. As we all know, life can throw some unexpected curveballs your way, and you don't want to be in a position where you have to go into debt or raid your savings just to cover like a sudden expense. That could be your car breaking down, or you might get sick and need expensive healthcare or medical care, or it could be your house needing some attention, like if the roof starts to leak or an appliance breaks down or something like that. An emergency fund lets you handle these unexpected mishaps without disrupting other parts of your daily life spending. While many Americans live paycheck to paycheck and 19% have $0 saved to cover emergency expenses, and 31% have less than $500 in emergency savings, this scramble does not have to be your story. By having an emergency fund, you can avoid not only being a part of this scary statistic, but also the fear and anxiety of not being able to financially handle an emergency dissipates. And there's more to your budget than just personal spending and emergency funds and expenses. It's also necessary to spend money on others, which brings us to account number 5, giving back. Whether it's a friend or family that you live with or a nonprofit in the greater community, giving back to your community is one of the cornerstones to living a fulfilled life. Most people miss this type of financial clarity on their goals of giving back, and it can actually be a game changer to have this type of account included in your retirement budget. It can easily lead you to a greater sense of fulfillment and purpose because it allows you to comfortably share with and gift to others. 78% of people say volunteering lowers their stress level, 76% feel physically healthier, and 96% say that it enriches their sense of purpose. So giving back is investing in both yourself and others. We recommend designating 5% of your retirement budget to this account of giving back. However, we do understand that being on a fixed income can make it difficult to give even 5% of it to others. If you need to, you can include expenses like Christmas gifts or college fund contributions for your grandkids and things like that. And if you can't afford a 5% giving back account, you can always donate your time. Budget aside, it's so important to find an opportunity that lets you help and contribute to a cause that you actually care about. Giving back, whether it's giving money, time, or energy, can pay itself back in more ways than one. And finally, account number 6 is education. When you stop learning, you stop growing. Or as Albert Einstein puts it, when you stop learning, you start dying. However you want to put it, lifelong learning has so many benefits, which means your budget needs to reflect that. We recommend allocating 10% of your retirement budget to education so that you can consistently satisfy your desire to grow, develop, and be stimulated and challenged. For example, you can invest in an online course, sign up to learn a new language, or take a cooking class or a dancing class. One of my favorites that I always encourage people to do is learn something creative. Whether it's music, photography, writing, poetry, or artwork, some sort of creative outlet comes with so many benefits. And these days, with so many learning opportunities available online, there's really no excuse for not continuing to learn and grow. Not to mention, it's hugely important for boosting your cognitive health and your memory, so it's definitely worth dedicating 10% of your budget here to the education account. And there you have it, the 6 bank accounts framework that fits every income level. To quickly recap so that you can take notes, 55% goes to your lifestyle account, 10% to your fun account, 10% to your short-term savings account for those larger purchases, 10% to your emergency fund account, 5% to giving back, and 10% to education and lifelong learning. This is how you'll be able to afford not just surviving retirement, but thriving in retirement. And trust me when I say that the mental freedom of having a well thought out retirement budget is a truly wonderful feeling. It's hugely important to have a well-balanced life across the 5 rings of retirement, and this 6 accounts framework complements that super well. It helps you very clearly see that your bases are covered with lifestyle basics and necessities, bigger purchases and emergencies, and also where you can invest across the 5 rings of retirement, where you can spend the extra money that's set aside in the fun account and the giving back account and the education account. If you're willing to try this budgeting framework, let us know in the comments how it works for you. We love hearing about your experiences. It helps us do our job better and tailor our content specifically for you and what you're going through. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video so that we can continue to create more helpful content for you. Let's continue exploring together what your ideal retirement looks like through the lens of your passions and your interests. I will see you in the next video.